So then Tony Schiavone was back in the back with Swerve Strickland and Rick Ross. Apparently, Rick Ross is another rapper that somebody in AEW knows. Does anybody there know anybody in Nashville, any country musicians? What about, can we get somebody from the Bluegrass Boys in there? What about
the Bluegrass Boys?
Well, I'm just thinking some other genre. Maybe a Broadway big band. What's Glenn Miller's grandson doing?
Broadway. I don't know if I'd go with Nashville. Nashville kind of sucks. I don't know if you've listened to any country music in the last 10, 15, 20 years.
I'm not even a country music fan, but at least you can actually group it as music instead of rap.
Yes, it's glam country. It's terrifically bad.
Well, that's why I mentioned bluegrass, going back to our roots, getting back to the old days, the pioneer stuff. Anyway, so Swerve and Rick is there and wants to help Swerve be the best wrestler and the world's biggest recording star. He's got an uphill road to be the best wrestler, but I'd concentrate on that before I'd attempt to make him the world's greatest recording star. But then Keith Lee comes in. I know you're going to be heartbroken to hear this, Brian, but there's trouble in paradise. Already this team, they're not getting along because now Keith is taking Swerve to task for cheating. Rick and Swerve want to keep it positive. Keith is mentioning the things that Swerve has done that and by the way, here's something. Last Friday night, we saw Swerve Strickland cut Billy Gunn. We didn't see it, but we were led to believe that he had cut one of Billy Gunn's fingers off with a pair of pliers.
Oh, yeah, he kidnapped him. I forgot about that.
He kidnapped him, tied up, taken away, and held for ransom. And apparently they paid it because by Wednesday, Billy's in the ring with all of his appendages, even the ones we can't see through his clothes. And he's happy as a clam because he's having his birthday party. How'd he get loose? Did the police intervene? But
if they did, how is Swerve on the loose?
Swerve should have been, he filmed
it.
He's on a work release program. So that's why he's hanging out with Rick Ross. And then what sense does this make? So anyway, so Keith Lee and Swerve are obviously going to break up in the near future. But in the meantime, next week, it's Keith Lee and Swerve and the Ass Boys against Acclaimed and FTR in an 8-man tag. It's a fucking rib.
Let's give one positive. Rick Ross could cut a hell of a promo. He was
the best one. I wonder if he can wrestle. Can't be any worse than old Action Jackson was. Or what was it named? Then Came Bronson.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, remember Action Bronson. I was thinking Action Jackson, but he was a good wrestler. And Then Came Bronson was an old TV show from the 60s. A guy rode a motorcycle just around the country. He was a wanderer, just free-balling on a motorcycle around the country, getting into different misadventures. Then Came Bronson.
I was like, what did Perry Jackson do to Jim that I don't know about?
Anyway, Action Bronson, and yeah, all right, here we go.